Hey, yo, what it do, man? Mr. Cheeks in the building, LB fan.
Check it out, man. This is Blase. This is S.TREET.
This your boy DJ Color TV.
DJ Cool KG. You know what you gotta do for me? You gotta respect the DJ, man.
You already know, man. Respect the DJ.
Respect the DJ. Respect the DJ with DJ Swift.
With DJ Swift and DJ Quest on the ones and twos. You already know we doing what we do.
Respect the DJ. Respect the DJ with DJ Swift.
Yeah, boy. Phantom Punch, MIC. That's right. Cal, I see you. Sin, I see you. Me. Phantom Punch. Phantom Punch, MIC. Phantom Punch, MIC. That's right. Cal, I see you. See you. Me. Wrong.
Respect the DJ with DJ Swift.
Just got on board with that. I am done, I am bored with that.
Yes, sir.
Bro, put me on to that. Shit's real, put me on.
You're not tuned in to Respect the DJ with DJ Swift.
Questions answered, I am born to rap.
I'll be your boy DJ Quest live on the set.
Got a story to tell. Dipped out of hell. Remember the.
Did I tell you I have a dope episode for y'all today?
EBT, the general, MIC, international bigot.
We got the legend himself, Queens. Stand up for Mike Geronimo. That's right, y'all. Respect the DJ with DJ Swift. You know we ain't playing on Wednesday night. Let's go.
You don't want that. You want cameras going off. And every other song about my hammer going off. Suggest that you're getting low when the grammar's going off. And my bones exhibit the mannerism of boss. His chest not checkers on me. Can he shoot it now? The question is, can they prove it stupid? Move it like I put 20 grand a booth for here. Go on and get yourself a new suit.
DJ Quest.
Back in town and ready to raise loose. Throw the pump in your mouth so it shatter your tooth. Not a joke, what's the matter with you? Motherfucker should've known this is America. Don't nobody love you. I done broke free from that Willie lit shit. It's all a hustle, everybody get with it. This is smoke and mirrors, so fuck it, we get digits to the last being alive. ODs.
Check.
And I shoot for the moon and bear hug the sky. Slinging cellophane things of these bars of mine. I should put a stamp on them and call them coolie high. I survived the game cause they love this guy. My quine I mix, niggas shit the fix so heavy. I can feel the steering wheel in the Bentley coming. This is Pappin' and Bebo's gunning. Mind genius, mind got them C-notes coming. A ghost in the game, you don't see nothing from him till this.
I'm gonna bring this shit back, word up.
Phantom Punch.
Pump it up freestyle, my man, Mike Geronimo.
Cal, I see you.
Respect the DJ with DJ Swift.
Phantom Punch, MIC. Phantom Punch, MIC.
This freestyle's dope.
Cal, I see you. Sin, I see you. Me, P, wrong. Just go.
DJ Quest.
See the 6 where you just got on board with that. I am done, I am bored with that. Got a flow, babe, bro, put me on to that. Shit's real, put me on the map. And my shit went on from that. And the constant questions answered, I am born to rap. Mama goes through me a rope and I avoided the trap. Got a story to tell, dipped out of hell. Remember the pissy staircase, smell. PVT, the general, MIC, international bigot, Egyptian NYC. Traded bail and at heights for scales. So one day there's a 747 with my name on the tail. Fleet of exotics, that man made it, but he didn't have to do it with guns and narcotics. You don't want that, you want cameras going off. And every other song about my hammer going off. Suggest that you're getting low when the grammar's going off. And my bones exhibit the mannerism of boss. His chest not checkers on me. Can he shoot it now? The question is, can they prove it stupid? Move it like I put 20.
I got more joints with this, homie.
Go on and get yourself a new suit. I ain't back in town and ready to raise loose.
He came with treats.
Mouth so it shatter your tooth. Not
Respect the DJ with DJ Swift.
America, don't nobody love you. I done broke free from that Willie.
Now rocking out with DJ Quest.
Hustle, everybody.
Respect the DJ Swift, y'all.
Smoke and mirrors, so fuck it, we get digits to the last. Ain't alive, ODs and dies. And I shoot for the moon and bear hug the sky. Slinging cellophane things of these bars of mine. I should put a stamp on them and call them coolie high. I survived the game cause they love this guy. My quine I mix, niggas shit the fix so heavy. I can feel the steering wheel in the Bentley coming. This is Pappin' and Bebo's gunning. Mind genius, mind got them C-notes coming. A ghost in the game, you don't see nothing from him till it's too late. And my team too straight like 12:30 on the clock, can't hurt me, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the show. Whoa, chicken like, nah, this nigga's mic. Make sure that my level and my ears sound tight. What I drop on the mic is right, nigga. Let's go. I'm gone.
I'm out.
Respect the DJ with DJ Swift.
Mike Geronimo, Cali Love.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I
I got it in the air black, on Fairfax. My Cali lean is so mean. I'm 6,000 miles from the streets of Queens. The West Coast me, the sun, the
Queen, stand up.
Skywalker, weed is banger, I know. 2 new drugs in the Will Chicago. Castro set it all up like Rondo.
You know I gotta bring this back, y'all.
Yeah,
Mike Geronimo, Cali Love.
back. I'm out.
I told you he came through with treats. Remember where you heard it first?
Respect the DJ. The DJ with DJ Sweat.
Big shout out to the whole Flushing.
I got it
DJ Quest.
on Fairfax. My Cali lean is so mean. I'm 6,000 miles from the streets of Queens. The West Coast me, the sun, the palm trees. Skywalker, weed is banger, I know. 2 new broads in the Will Chicago. Castro set it all up like Rondo. Redhead and a brunette combo. Love for the East, Midwest, the South. Out here, you can cop champagne and route. Hit a party at the lot of Paramount with 24 shots of Patron, aim and stagger out. To the Lambo, all white rims is poking. Pacific Ocean, and I'm West Coasting. The man right here, yes, I got it like that. What we're talking about, going right back. Palm tree and good weed. And I think I'm about 5 steps from the sea. Katy Perry, and Halle Berry. The Oakland Canyon shit, I think this is shit we all for the runway. Roger that, I am at Safari and Rogers. My ego like damn, you a bossed up loving you with 10 more broads. We Andreas in the W. Let me see what the power of 100 do. Girls love duck, niggas buying bottles. 6-speed shit when you push the throttle. Sick weed, humble shit by the couple. Every Benjamin wax on swole. Beverly Center, a shop at the Grove. My hustle needs space, so we move around the globe. Same place, niggas didn't do a thing. I don't now if I get it like I intended, in 2 more years and the ghost extended. Your man right here, I got it.
Shout out to Fred.
We're talking about going right back. Palm tree and good weed.
Yo, Butch, what's up?
And I think I'm about 5 steps from.
Shout out to Butch Rock. That BYOB this past Saturday was bananas.
The Oakland Canyon shit now. I think this is me. Palm tree and good weed. And I think I'm about 5 steps from the sea. Katy Perry, and Halle Berry. The Oakland Canyon.
Big shout out to Mike Geronimo coming with so many treats. Remember we heard all this first.
Respect the DJ. The DJ with DJ Sweat.
Trifecta. Smell fire still.
And what we have is much more than
Respect the DJ. The DJ with DJ Sweat.
Mike Geronimo, much more.
You ask me, it ain't a team that need it better than ours. My brother went from selling them work to selling them cup. Shit, I'm contemplating relocating cause it's nothing here. The last couple years been nothing but true colors. We getting to see the talkers and who built for the struggle. Who moving 1,000 yards through it all.
Queen, stand up.
And niggas paying their lawyers off of a bundle and some is stinging they own and now they got
Yo,
no.
Mike, this is fire.
And I'm the closest thing to us here in the millie. I'm really the hook.
You even got Fred.
Knowing it feels eerie.
How come I never heard this?
See if I ain't killing them all. Religiously, there ain't no.
Ladies and gents, you can think right now in the studio seeing Fred's
Life
face.
is chess, but having kids in the
Family
ball.
facing him.
Thoughts of
Like,
my
yo,
lineage over
I
there.
never heard that.
Reading the book of life.
That's right. Remember when you heard it first?
Respect the DJ. The DJ with DJ Sweat.
when you love me, call me and say, and what we have is much more than
Hello reminds me every day that I'm an animal. Saying nothing, they threw it, you injured and nearly damaged you. If you had done it different, it couldn't be where it's going. So knowing is keep your eyes on the road and where you're going. I own my niggas who ain't make it, so I rap harder. Thought I knew it all, but didn't now a step smarter. Too many martyrs in hip-hop, so I'ma try a new trend. Growing on before all of this shit stops. Proving them wrong is all that my fucking mind's on. So if you ain't about to grind, don't even sign on. I'm dedicated.
It ain't over, yo. We got more Mike Geronimo coming up right now.
What happened, cause I go at it harder than anybody.
Trust me, it's heat.
That pretty love machine make it weed through the trap.
Woo!
that's it. Same way
Respect
to call
the
you.
DJ,
I tell you that
DJ,
honestly, this is
with
not
DJ
what I thought I
Sweat.
ever thought to.
When you love me,
DJ Quest.
Respect the DJ with DJ Sweat.
My Geronimo, this one's called Break Over. I'm about to cut this shit up. Woo! Wait till you hear this.
Respect the DJ with DJ Sweat.
Now they won't grab a gun and come and get you. It's the ones that smoke blunts with you, that's stuck with you. Now they won't grab a gun and come and get you. It's the ones that smoke blunts with you, that's stuck with you. Now they won't grab a gun and come and get you. It's the ones that smoke blunts with you, that's stuck with you. Now they won't grab a gun and come and get you. The ones that smoke blunts with you, that's stuck with you. Now they grab and come and get you. Might slip. I say it for your talent in the clip. And this is just the way that it is. NYC, the way that it is. Niggas assume I'm a drug dealing, drug addict, low snapback with tattoo trapping. Rumors spread at me laughing. With Prodigy and niggas thinking I done hit the lottery. But honestly, I've been mapping the plan of my odyssey. Probably a Kurt Cobain, but didn't I gain every lesson necessary angles in it? OG now, look at me now.
We about to get the interview started.
Down,
Hope you're ready for this. Press record.
Baggage out of life in a word fighter. Durango driver, my kinetic hit a Zippo lighter. Might have been stuck with them rope sippers. Had I not seen a way to Camelot. I ain't on the gram a lot. Post up.
Big shout out to my Geronimo.
She asking for the Zen.
This was called Break Over.
Cut. I'm looking
fire.
Permanent smile, only mills to bring about. The Grammy on my shelf and I'm out. Kush. It's the ones that smoke blunts with you, that stuck with you. Now they won't grab a gun and come and get you. The ones who smoke blunts with you, that stuck with you. Now they won't grab a gun and come and get you.
Shout out to NYC.
Slip, won't slip. I say a prayer talent in the clip, yeah. And this is just the way that
big shout out to J Nez, the
I
artist.
see the way that it is, yeah. We love the smell of napalm, the deity praise like I'm 8-armed. City streets I done rolled on, A-star race against the time, a beautiful mind. This anomaly, unusual, I am brutal with rhyme. It's so assignment, be clear, niggas, niggas, listen, I can feel it in the air, niggas. If the blast don't get them, then the wave will kill them. You unleash the Stephen King, you crave it in them. A slave women all different nights from here to Lebanon. Been the Don, system bags we can from Benetton. Jewels on them since whole room, I aura that to captivate the whole room. And I've been told with Papa over me knowing I couldn't fold, just a cadet that ranked up. I always be a frontline brother that was born to do it. In the studio recording to it. Kush. It's the ones that smoke blunts with you, that stuck with you. Now they won't grab a gun and come and get you. The ones who smoke blunts with you, that stuck with you. Now they won't grab a gun and come and get you. Get your mic, won't slip. I say a prayer talent in the clip, yeah. And this is just the way that it is. In NYC, the way that it is, yeah.
One, two. Yes. What's going on, y'all? You are now watching Respect the DJ with DJ Swift, and I am he, DJ Swift, here live and direct on S.STREET Media, the new media platform that's taking over the world, dogs, man. We are taking over the world. Understand what's going on. But yes, here at S.STREET Media, we are shooting live and direct, and we got a dope show for you. Do remember, you could catch us live and direct. You could bring the instrumental down just a little bit. Thank you. You could catch us live and direct on that ustream.tv/S.STREET Media. You could also directly take link up to the show through our Instagram page at Respect the DJ with DJ Swift. The link is in our direct bio. All you gotta do is click on it, and bam, instantly you are watching us. But here on Respect the DJ, we respect the DJ, the turntablist, the mixer, the master, the cutter, the scratcher, the mood setter, the beat catcher, the foundation in this thing that we love and call hip hop. So now, I just want to let y'all know, I got my motherfucking brother right here from another mother, my man DJ Quest. He was playing some dope tracks tonight. Y'all know what's going on. What's going on, my brother? How you doing? Nah, that's what's up.
What's up?
What's going on, my bro? We have a dope show lined up for you. Also want to let y'all know you could catch our last week's show, which was our very first live audience podcast taping at the 5 spot. You could catch that on our YouTube, on the S Street Media YouTube page. We got full footage up there. You can also catch that on the Ustream. We have our whole catalog of the S Street Media family and all our episodes here since we've been here at this new house of S Street Media. But let me get to the man of the hour. Let me get to the reason why we here today. We got a Queens. Yes, I said it. We got a Queens house full. And we got a Queens hip-hop legend representing that Flushing, I believe. Flushing, I forgot exactly what part, but I'm going to let him tell y'all. Now, understand, this is a man that had everybody in 94, actually late 93, early 94, definitely the summer of 94, smoking blunts in their crib. It had everybody cutting class and wanting to take a picture next to their window with their blinds while they lighting the blunt. Trust me. I remember walking into many a cribs smelling like some good trees. Yo, we got the motherfucking man Mike Geronimo in the motherfucking building. Put your hands together, boy.
What's happening?
Y'all gotta understand, man. Yo, this feels big to me. I tell everybody I've been DJing since '94. You know what I'm saying? And it's surreal for me to be seeing artists and interviewing artists that I used to run out to the store and go get their music. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't no sweat jack move or nothing. It's some real talk. Like I respect y'all because a lot of y'all words molded a lot of us today. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us knew what was real. We learned how to approach certain situations, certain neighborhoods because of y'all MCs. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to extend my hand and just say it's an honor and a pleasure to have you up here on our show here at Respected DJ, man. Yes.
Word.
You got Mike Geronimo in the building. Yo. So for all those, either you are young bucks, y'all just some non-hip-hop people, y'all just some youngins who just haven't had a chance to experience or learn about this man, Mike Geronimo, please, for my audience here at Respected DJ, let them know who is Mike Geronimo.
Well, I'm from Flushing, Queens originally.
Okay.
You know, from a park called Wasteland. Shout out to everybody in the lands.
Yeah.
You know? And that was from pretty much street known as Colden Street in Flushing. Okay. That's where.
Wait a second, you're from Colden Street?
Absolutely.
Dogs, my dad moved to Colden Street after my mom kicked him out. That was the building he moved to. He's still there to this day.
You're not
Big shout to my pops.
You're not alone.
Yo, that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's where the school, well, not school, but the playground is at, right across the street.
Absolutely.
It got like the field, and then it's like the basketball court, the concrete basketball court that you learn how to get your cuts and bruises.
That is the ticket.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Wow, I didn't even know you was from Colden Street.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was born in Booth Memorial.
Wow, yeah, right up the block.
Right up the block.
Right up the block. That's on the hill, yeah.
You know, and grew up there. First person actually I ever wait, it went off again. How do I do it?
Hold on, yo. I just want to let y'all know we got Mike Geronimo going live on his Instagram
they got
for
me
the
doing
first time.
Something new.
This is his first
I've
time.
Never done Instagram live ever, and I'm doing it, you know, for the first time now. So, pardon me being
He's doing it live on our
right,
show. So
what's the
there's
word?
a lot of
Pardon me
exclusive.
being the noob, the noob out here on
It's
Instagram
all right. It's
live.
all right, yo. Listen, man. Listen, a lot of us. We're not from the era of showing what we do all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you talk about, I'm doing radio, you hear me.
Right. You got to get used to it, you know. So, but what I was saying regarding Flushing was that's where I was born and grew up And, you know, first person literally I knew coming outside of my house was Large Professor.
Okay.
And that was pretty much like my big brother.
All
you
right.
know, and our neighborhood was very tight knit. It was very, you know, all of us were one big gang.
Yeah.
You know? So
Dope.
those are my origins.
Okay.
You know, and sometimes people would be a bit confused because I have family in the South Side, so I would be out there a lot, and I lived at Bayside at a certain point.
Okay.
So, you know, they would be like, you from there, you from here, but originally I'm from Flushing.
Yeah, that's a Queens dude move, man. Like, we move around. We're just a bunch of chameleons.
Yeah, we like seeing what the world is about.
Yeah.
And, you know, exploring and meeting people and stuff like that.
So now, you just named a big name in hip hop as well, you know, being that is Large Professor here. Let me just move some of our many of cartridges that we have being sponsored by Uptown Canna Company.
Uptown.
You know, got them good THC, you know, cannabis cartridges, you know.
Yes.
But excuse me. Being that you say Large Professor, you know, people would think now in that group, when you say Large Professor, especially, you know, in that Flushing group, you're talking about Royal Flush as well, Large Pro, as we just stated. I'm going down the list as if I was talking to somebody else because you'd be the third one. I'm like Mike Geronimo. And there's a few other MCs that if not weren't big name, they were influential to y'all, you know what I'm saying, coming out, you know, in that area. Now, when I was doing some of my research on you, you know, the first names they were throwing out, you know, via internet and stuff was Chris and Irv Gotti. You know, and a lot of people,
Shout out Chris, shout out to Irv.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, when people hear those names, they automatically, you know, think Murder Inc., Ja Rule, but they don't realize that they did a lot in hip hop before that. And when I was looking it up, they were kind of influential into helping you with your hip hop thing, you know, as for your start and so forth. So, you know, would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. If it wasn't for Irv and Chris, there probably wouldn't have been an entrance for Mike Geronimo. Like, pardon me, in the beginning, Irv I actually met through a mutual friend that I went to high school with. My man Chuck, who was a DJ from Queens called Chucky Madness.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why
Shout
we
out
named the
Chucky
show
Madness.
Respect the DJ with DJ.
Yeah.
Well, my name don't necessarily have to be in there, but with DJ Swift, I'm just saying you gotta respect that DJ. Yo,
Respect
DJ
the
making
DJ,
connections,
yeah.
man. We like to glue to this shit, man.
Oh
But
yeah,
go ahead.
and especially then, like that was the
And this is pre-Murder Inc. Way pre-Murder Inc.
Yeah, this
you know
was
what I'm saying?
way before there was even an official forming of a Murder Inc.
Okay.
Like, so Chuck went to high school with me, and Chuck knew like DJ Sage and Rockweiler, and shout out to them and all the crew that would be at. There used to be a spot called Hot Wax
Hot
on
Wax?
Jamaica Ave. Yeah, on Jamaica Avenue.
Was that a Caribbean spot?
No,
No,
was a record store.
no. I'm saying, but Caribbean owned.
Nah.
Okay.
It was a
Right.
white dude named Cy, actually. That
Oh,
owned it.
nice.
And a lot of DJs would be there. And like I said, this was like, you know, when mixtapes were, you know, at their apex, so
Right.
to speak. So Chuck being a DJ and going to school with me, he heard me spit. And then from there, I started going to his crib and he started recording. And I guess he told Irv. And I had did a show that Chuck signed me up for that I had no idea I was doing.
High school talent show?
Nah, this
Or
was
just,
this was at 109 in Liverpool in
Oh.
Southside.
Was that like a catering hall or something?
Nah, well, it's, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it was like a high school gym or something like
all right,
that.
yeah.
But it was a couple people. I didn't even know I was going to perform, so I guess all of this
kidnapped.
was right. I pretty much they was like, "Yo, we going to do this." Okay, cool. So we did, you know, one of the records that we had recorded at Chuck's crib, and ain't nobody throw nothing at me or
Right.
or boo me. It was
Well, that's always good, especially in Jamaica, Queens,
Right,
because
right.
they're very vocal
It
if you're
was-
good or whack.
It was a very like tough environment to say the least. Like I just remember that night, you know, it being very It was
really
a very
working
tough.
that.
Yeah, it
you're
was
working that IG kind of good now.
Nah, I'm
starting
trying
get
to
kinda
figure
comfortable.
out because it stopped again. Hold on. So I'm trying to do what you showed me. Or the
What you need to do is get your manager to be helping you.
right, I'm doing
You know
it
what I'm saying?
all
Where's your
wrong.
manager
I'm
at?
doing it completely wrong, right? Nah, so we got it.
You good?
We-
You
yeah.
good? Okay, see?
So,
there you go. See, he's a fast learner, world.
Fast
He's
learner.
a fast learner.
Right. So everyone got quiet, and then I just remember hearing one person in the crowd be like, "Yo, you got another song?" And so I started rhyming some more, and then at that point, that's when I had met Irv, and he was saying he had a studio, just light talk, but I was kind of like lit. 'Cause
Yeah.
we was drinking and smoking all night. So, and then they ended up having a shootout at the show.
Nice.
Right. So
See, these
you
are
know,
tidbits you don't get on the internet.
right. So I'm not even thinking about the conversation
Right,
I
no
had
more,
with
right.
anyone. You know, I'm just like, all right, we got home in one piece, whatever, boom. And then after that, like Irv called, and he was saying again, he had a studio, and he was just like, yo, you know, you ever record, you should try this, da 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 da. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it again. Just, you know, try. So I went with him, and we went to this place called Dynadog.
Okay.
Shout out to Steve Kulo, who owned the spot. And it was really nothing more than a closet.
Right.
And the Papa Stopper was like made out of a coat hanger. And,
Coat hanger and like
pantyhose.
stockings.
Yeah.
I had many of those in my home studio.
Yeah, and Irv had like this, I want to say it was an ADAT, if I'm not mistaken. And he had this little machine, and the first thing we ever did was Just Real.
Right.
So we recorded it. Half of it was like a freestyle, half of it was like sort of written. He heard me say "shit's real" or something like that. He's like, "What did you say?" He's like, "You'll say that again, but say it like 4 times."
Right.
So he, from the beginning, was showing me how to structure a record.
Right.
I like knew nothing about that, and then that was it. The first thing we ever did was Just Real, and then from there it was Irv who actually was like, "Nah, we're gonna press this on our own. We're gonna shoot a video." And Chris was very instrumental in terms of making all of the things that you need to do those things happen.
Right.
So without those two, I would have never been introduced formally to everything.
Right.
You know, so they absolutely played a major role.
So now I just want to ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Because of your video, right? Now, those who are some hip hop heads and you remember the Shit's Real video, do you think you inspired Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre? Because they did 2 major video shoots and it was all in their bedroom. Because you was the first one kind of coming out, sitting on the bed, putting the shoes on, rolling your blunt. You was getting ready in that video. And then when you look at Snoop, 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop, he was getting ready in the bedroom. Everybody, and it was the same shot next to the window. You know what I mean?
I never looked at it that way. I mean, if we did, cool. I don't know if we did or didn't, but I think at that time it was cool because at that time it was a time where everyone understood everybody's story. It didn't matter where you were from.
Right.
It only mattered that you could see a bit of yourself
right.
in the next person.
Right.
And that was enough to get you to listen to people. And that was enough to get you to say, yo, I want to check out more of what they have to say.
Right.
So if we did in a unintentional way play some part in any of that if we did, I'm out.
Nah, that's what's up.
But I never looked at it that
Right.
way. I just looked at it more like, okay, today's Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday, the next day's Wednesday. You do what you do.
Right.
You know?
Now, because I was looking at the timeline, and like 94 is a pinnacle year of hip hop. You know, that's 90. I tell everyone from the winter of 93 to the winter of 95, you literally had the most influential hip hop albums dropped. And your album was within that time. Like your first song was a hit out the door. Not saying that you know that was everyone's goal, but it was. You know, and like it ended up being. You know, and for such a pinnacle year of hip hop, you know, how do you look at that? Because like '94, you had Wu album, you had Biggie album, you had Snoop album. I mean, the list is on and on. You know,
I mean, I'm more than anything, and I guess now, since I'm older, in the sense of, okay, now you can understand the true definition of like appreciation. So now I look at it like, I realize it's an era that is like, it's one of those once in a lifetime things. Like, I realize it's an era that will never be duplicated.
Right.
And it will never be rivaled in terms of the amount of success that all people in that era shared, whether it was monetary, whether it was the part they played in moving the culture forward. Everyone benefited in that era, and everyone gave their all in that era. So from that standpoint, you realize it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and for that, it floors you.
Right.
Like, I know with me, sometimes it's surreal, because you'll be like, did that really happen?
Yeah.
You really, but it did, and to be a part of it, it's like I'm just thankful that I got to do anything.
Right.
In that era.
Nah, that's fly. That is totally fly.
Yeah.
So now, your first album, your single dropped in '94. Your first album dropped in '95. Your second album drops in '97, and assumably, people heard you. They respected your body of work, because on your second album, you got to have features with Jay-Z, Ja Rule, DMX, The Lox, Puffy. You know, you worked with Puffy. You know what I mean? How these are influential people, hands down. Like some of New York's best. How was that? How was like studio sessions, just being in the environment, working with these people?
It was.
For you?
I mean, it's the same thing. All of it, now I can see it as being like, it's an honor, in an overwhelming sense. But to take myself back to those times, part of me, when we were actually doing these things, like, it was, every experience with each of the artists was cool. It was all organic. It was all, you know, it was all camaraderie. And I was just happy to be able to have that camaraderie with those people.
Right.
You know, so I didn't look at it. I mean, you know what people are saying about the company you keep.
Right.
But for me, it was more so, it's cool to work with your friends.
Right. Yeah.
And it's cool to make magic with your friends. Like, that's the coolest part of it all. And even then, I don't think that anyone really, maybe some of us did, but I don't think any of us really understood how bigger than life those moments would become.
Right.
You know, so.
Because, I mean,
it was just dope.
Especially during that time y'all was young. But, see, like, I like to ask people, especially from that era, because I played ball, I DJ'd, all that. There was a lot of competition, and it was known. It wasn't like it was competition and, yo, man, you hating on me. It was like, I want that last slot on the song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everyone knew in the 90s, if you had the last slot, you had the tightest verse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it was cool because that competition was more of it was a fuel.
Right.
You know, like, you didn't so much take it in a sense of a complete annihilation of the next person. You didn't look at it that way. You just looked at it like, I know with me, I was like, damn, those bars was crazy.
Yeah.
I gotta go home and
yeah, I got a session
right,
tomorrow.
Right,
I got an early session tomorrow.
I gotta get in the gym right now because, you know, I'm fighting Club of Lang tomorrow. Like, this is not a joke. You know, so it was in that sense. And that was healthy, I think, because I know for me as an artist, it made me want to be just as good in terms of lyrics and delivery and content as those people that I would listen to and be like, yeah, I know we're cool, but you are fucking amazing at what you do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just it would propel you to do better. But in nothing more than the best of the word competition.
Right.
Nothing more than that. You know.
So out of just the names that I named, right? Who had the more memorable studio session?
Oh boy.
Out of Jay, Ja Rule, DMX, the Locks. Whether you did the Lock situation separate, because sometimes separate sessions. But who had the most memorable?
Well,
in any standpoint,
it's hard to. What I will say is like working with Rule would be like that was no different than if my brother was rapping,
right?
Or if my cousin could rhyme. So
Right.
working with Rule was more of a family dynamic.
Yeah, that's like me and Quest.
Right.
Right.
So you don't necessarily so much pay attention to, you just do what you do because it's what y'all do when you get together.
Right.
So those sessions were memorable in that sense. And I remember Rule being there like for songs like Life Check and Men vs. Many.
Okay.
And just his energy being there helped to make that session like stick out.
Right.
Or those sessions. Well, Hove, I think it's more like I remember we did this song called Single Life, and he never heard the beat. Like he had never heard the beat. He just heard the idea. Irv had literally just told him the idea, and we go in the studio, and we was maybe there for like I would want to say about 10 minutes. And he was just like, I got it. And I was like, we were all like, you got what? And he was like, I got the verse. And we were all like, no, you don't have the verse. You can't have the verse.
You haven't heard the beat.
You haven't heard the beat. We just played the beat. And he's like, no. And he went in, and it was like the first time I've ever seen anyone spit. And I was just so blown away by how he's able to make all that up with no paper in the amount of speed and the perfection of the delivery of the idea that he just came up with 6 minutes ago.
Wow.
So I think that for me with him is the most memorable thing. Like it was almost like meeting a superhero in a sense. Like who the hell can do that?
Right, yeah.
And then I would say X, because X was cool because it was just never a dull moment with X in this.
I low key was like, yo, I hope he has a story about X.
Oh yeah.
Because X, no lie, from that era to now, only aged. I think he literally. He's wiser, but
one of
the energies.
Yeah, but the ill, cool shit was. I mean it in the way of like he was always pointing out something he felt I should be doing. Like he might hear me spit and he'd be like, no, dog. You gotta be here on the one. Everything with you is 4-bar interval.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da, 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 da-da-da-da-da. Boom. Like, G, you should hit him right here. Like, G, you should hit him right here. Okay, dog? And you'd be like,
okay.
Yeah. And he would he would always do those things. Like,
nice.
He was like, no, dog. No, come on, dog. You could do it like this. So he was more, he would make me be the best me I could be in the studio.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Nice.
Along with clowning around and laughing and all that shit. You know that happens when you in the studio. But he would make me want to be the best me that I could be at that session in terms of what it was that we do. Right.
I feel you. Nah, that's what's up, man. That's good to hear, because most people think that it's from what they hear now about these guys, they would think, oh well, he was able to do a session with them and da 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 da. But what a lot of people don't realize was like you caught them when it was if not raw talent, they just started really knowing the industry. They were doing things and moving and shaking. So now, being that this is Respect the DJ,
Yes, sir.
I want to know what's your take, because you're still doing music, you still have music, because we got exclusive here.
That just
I know it doesn't mean that, but you don't even know what I'm going to ask you. Don't be taking no disclaimers out. But here on Respect the DJ, I like to know people's experiences with DJs as well. And from then, where DJs were heavy with the artists, with the live shows and whatnot, compared to nowadays where you could just take your phone and literally plug it up and you be playing for a stadium.
It's fucking weird.
What's your take on that? What's your outlook on that perspective?
I mean, well, the truth be told, if it wasn't for DJing, then there would never have been Mike Geronimo. And the reason I say that is because I started as a DJ. I didn't start rhyming.
Right.
Like,
wait, you started as a DJ?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. You're going to have to elaborate some more on that, man.
So when I was like maybe around 15, 16, my parents had got my brother and me, they got us both independent equipment. So we had we got it good that year.
Wow.
We had the Gem Sound speakers, the Gemini mixer.
Oh, y'all did good at school.
The only thing they fucked up, but you can't be mad, you know what I mean, because they didn't have to do what they did.
Right.
The only thing they fucked up was we did not get techniques. We had belt-driven Newmark turntables, which completely ruined the experience.
You're right,
now,
right.
if you're a DJ, you can't use belt drives. Like all that shit you hear at 5 o'clock on Friday, like you can't do that on belt drive. Right. So we somehow managed to get our first set of Technique 1200s and Concord needles. And putting the tape and the penny on the needle.
Yep.
And that's what I started doing. Like I loved watching like Clark Kent and Kid Capri and Ron G and Triple C and Action Pack and
wow, these are legendary names.
These are all like
look up these names, people.
DJs and Queens, Ike Love and GMV and Hollywood and
goddamn.
All these people at DeWitt, all of them. You know, you had Spank and Cheeks and them rhyming on mixtapes, like So I grew up a part of that, and that made me want to go and I was more into the sound of it. I was more into how the DJ was able to, damn, if he plays that record, everybody goes crazy.
Yeah.
And then I got into blends, and I loved
You a Queens dude all the way, because that's what Queens
through and
did.
through. That's what Queens did. We was like kings of blends. What? I need a beat and put that with Tevin Campbell.
Word.
Can we talk? And that's what I was into. And then it was, I guess, from going to Large Crib and being around people that constantly was spitting, and being around Large, that inadvertently and deliberately cultivated me in terms of starting to rhyme.
Okay, yeah.
Because, he would rhyme, and my man Van, who also would rhyme, he would rhyme, and it got to the point where Large started calling his crib 7C.
Okay.
Queens Lounge. And everybody at Queens Lounge, you spit. So Nas would come through, he'll be spitting. Uni would come through, he would spit. I spit, Flush would come through, Flush would be, and it would be a cipher of us just.
You ain't named not one whack MC.
Yo, it was crazy.
Even people who were just having fun,
it's
it
crazy.
Wasn't whack.
Neek, and there would be other people because Large knew everyone, so it would be nothing if Buster was in his crib.
All right,
and we all rhyming, or if Tip was there and we
You're
all
just
rhyming.
continuing all the humility.
No, but
and the
what I mean,
stories
but that,
because we always have people come up here.
My point, I know I started rambling, my bad. My point is that being in love with watching 12-inch records turn and how they made people move, that's what pulled me into hip-hop. And that's where my true love of it started. That's where it all started. Aside from hearing Rakim as a kid and all of that, but that's where it started.
I don't mean to cut you off. Well, I do mean to cut you off, but I'm sorry to cut you off. We're going to have to take a quick music break, a short music break with DJ Quest, and we're going to come back talking with Mike Geronimo here on Respect the DJ with DJ Swift on S.STREET Media. Quest, do what you do, boy.
I'm sorry, but I gotta play this again.
It's the one to smoke blunts. It's the one to smoke blunts with you. It's the one to smoke blunts with you. With you. Now they grab it. It's the one to smoke blunts with you. It's done with you. Now they won't grab a gun and come and get you. The ones who smoke blunts with you. It's done with you. Now they won't grab a gun and come and get you. It's the one to smoke blunts with you. It's the one to smoke blunts with you. It's done. It's the one to. It's the one to. It's the one to smoke. It's the one to smoke blunts with you. It's done with you. Now they won't grab and come and get you. The one smoke blunts with you. It's done with you. Now they won't grab a gun and come.
Okay, you're now tuned to Respect the DJ with DJ Swift. We got the legend Mike Geronimo in the building.
And this is just the way that it is in NYC.
This interview is legendary.
So mama drug dealing, drug addict, low snapback.
Big shout out to the whole Queens.
Rumors spread at me laughing. With Prodigy and niggas thinking I done hit the lottery. But honestly, I've been mapping the plan.
You're not rocking out with DJ Quest.
Kurt Cobain, but didn't I gain every lesson necessary?
Remember to follow at the original DJ Quest on the IG, Snapchat, Twitter.
Down, the beat down, lay the eat sound.
It's right out, come on.
Baggage out of life in a word fighter. Durango driver, my Connecticut is Zippo.
Shout out to Frag.
Stuck with them rope sippers, had I not seen a way to Camelot.
Say that, you good?
On the gram a lot,
Let's go.
Picture me rolling close up. She asking for the Zen.
Big shout out to wife makeup by Zaynez.
I'm looking for that permanent smile.
Also know Zaynez the artist.
Grammy, shelf and I'm out. It's the one to smoke blunts with you, to stunt with you. Now they won't grab a gun and come and get you. The ones who smoke blunts with you, to stunt with you. Now they won't grab a gun and come and get you. Bet your mic won't slip, won't slip. I say a prayer, talent in the clip, yeah. And this is just the way that it is in NYC, the way that it is. Yeah, we love to smell it.
Respect the DJ. The DJ with DJ Swift.
Thursdays. The podcast album. Volume 1. You gotta relax.
We don't do it for the gram, boy. We do it for the bands.
Big shout out to Ching Bing.
Money got me packed.
Mike Booth, what's good? Let me, what up?
Do it for the band, boy.
Hey, yo, hear me.
Respect the DJ. The DJ with DJ Swift.
For the bands, boy. We do it for the bands, boy.
They don't want to see it like it's shining. They don't want
We don't do it for the gram, boy. We don't do it for the. We don't do it for the gram, boy. Do it for the bands, boy. We don't do it for the gram. We don't do it for the gram. We don't do it for the gram.
That's right, that dude for the gram joint. Hemi, what up?
Money got me packed.
Shout out to Mike Booth.
See him coming.
Ching Bing, what up?
Do it for the band, boy.
Hey, yo, hear me.
We do it for the bands, boy.
Shout out to the whole On the Run eating.
For the bands, boy. We do it for the bands, boy.
They don't want to see it like it's shining. They don't want to see me rapping all these diamonds. Back of that back with the seats reclining. They just want to see me sick on rap styling.
Shout out to Thugged Out Thursdays.
Come on, paranoid.
Every other Thursday, you already heard.
Androids had to fall back off a high G. Looking for some work, then you can find me. Bust down Cuban in his Aviani. Shout out to the plug, you ain't got sign me. Come to the streets, they gon' co-sign me. Jet black, 7 grill looking Chinese. Got it out the trap, I'm gon' get it back. Heavy on them grams, that's a snap fact. These are type of bands that you kidnap. Know the robbers and the feds all on the snap.
We don't do it for the gram, boy. We do it for the bands, boy. This money got me paranoid. I can see him coming, what they hating for. Do it for the bands, boy. We do it for the bands, boy. Do it for the bands, boy. Do it for the bands, boy.
Big shout out to Horror City. This is called Black Hoodies and Timberland. That's where you heard it first.
Respect the DJ with DJ Sweat.
DJ Quest.
Been a mastermind since my adolescent days. Way before the rapid craze, gun clapping grimy ways. Way before the cop cage, coke with the shiny glaze. Whipped it like whip a whip and wild style pot blaze. Stay dreaming and scheming to get them dead prayers. Meaning, serve them fiending to get them kids fed. Executioner to my foes, I'm Lucifer. Devil in disguise, be wise, there's no disputing the heavyweight champion. Make them sleep like Ambien, no matter what camp I'm in. I'm still a general, certified surgical, expertise, rising vertical, more bouncing than trampoline. Swinging from trees, Tarzan, swinging on these. Weak MCs, scheming on my COD.
Black hoodies and Timberland, always scheming. Black hoodies and Timberland, all demented. Black hoodies and Timberland, always scheming. Black hoodies and Timberland, all demented. Black hoodies and Timberland, always scheming. Black hoodies and Timberland, all demented. Black hoodies and Timberland, always scheming. Black hoodies and Timberland, all demented.
It's the Punisher, 3 steps ahead of you, crushing ya. They loving ya till you dead broke and they ducking ya. Fucking ya, you win your girl but you stuck with her. In love with her, that's your downfall while you bluffing us. Ain't tough enough, ain't got enough bars to fuck with us. Ain't rough enough, ain't got enough scars, who touching us? Dim lights shine the hallways and corridors. I get paid off street life and metaphors. It's better for us to stay low in the deep forest. No voodoo, no kung fu, but
Respect the DJ with DJ Sweat.
That shit is good.
All right. You know I hit you with another joint. Mike Geronimo, this one's called Straight Hand.
Action. Yeah, same old faces, new show. Peter Green on
straight exclusives on the show today,
my
baby.
Help stay cool, Joes. Let them play with the angels, poo hoes. She faded, y'all, and that's 2 toes. Feel the same, and that's 2 O's. Caught right here, make
Respect the DJ with DJ Sweat.
I just won't get in the room, leave the box on tilt like kill that rewind. You know how it go when the goal is to get on the pole like a stoplight, street sign, tracks flaming. I'm propane and no accident when I murk things and extend the clip in this whole thing. Up in your head like road gang. This shit is mine. Nigga, look at I got that feeling. Open up the top on the drop. If we block, if we rock, do rock, no ceiling. Fuck y'all, fuck what you feel. Fuck what you fuck with, I'm top of the hill. And I'm not coming out of my rocket chair, knowing inside a metropolis, handle a steel trail. Let's get up on this new adventure. Brand new whip, I got 2 to mention. Black model nights, this fuel injected. I'm certified with proven test. Add it up one time, all together what you think you got. And we go up inside the parking lot with them dogs bark a lot. And had to wait until the loft got my God. She's calling my name, won't leave me alone. And I told her my passion for this marriage is gone. She's saying it's not, I'm telling you so. If this shit is your life, ain't no letting it go. Let me jump in about a minute, capital punishment, kill it. Eat what I caught till I'm finished, pick niggas off from a distance. Yes sir, but this is business. Woke back up, now I'm informed. Sports in the highlights, sound of storm. Just putting this where that belong.
Respect the DJ Sweat.
She's of the internet gossip. And 2 words describe where I'm putting my energy. Just making hot shit. Got them internet girl painted. Hot shit nigga, that hero made it. Me inside of your earlobe painted. That black ain't black, the Smiro painted. I just ride in the water, looking with a break this for ya. I was on a vacay, wasn't coming back no more than basic track and recorded. Now who's the mark in that game plan? Lights too bright, I need Ray Bans. I'm Charlie Babbitt, it's automatic, this Hall of Fame, and I'm straight hands. Oh, shit.
Yo. I'm sorry, I got caught up in the song, man. Yo, we all sitting here like, yo, it was funny. Our executive producer was like, yo, who's that? I'm like, yeah, that's Mike. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, that's Mike. He's like,
nigga said, you sound young. What kind of shit? You sound young.
Hey,
yo, you're not dead.
Hey, man, look, black don't crack,
nah,
and you got a young voice. Hey, you run with it, brother, run with it.
Nah, that's cool shit.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I fuck around.
So now, well, I mean, talking about music, all right, we've been playing about, I want to say, Quest, you played about maybe 6, 7 new joints today?
I only did this because this was y'all. Like,
and
this
I
is
appreciate that.
Yo, one love for real, yo.
Yeah,
everybody right now is probably saying, yo, how the there's so many ugly stuff from Mike Geronimo.
It's not anything I typically.
Mike came with treats today, ladies and gentlemen. He came with treats just for.
But I told y'all, like, I said I was gonna try and bring
That's
a
what's
couple
up,
things from the vault.
Yo,
Good
much
to know.
love, for
Good
real,
to know.
Mike,
And
much
we
love.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I
Shout
mean,
out
like,
Frank.
yo, I'm not even gonna front, man. Yo, you still making some timeless music, bro.
I appreciate
because, I mean, your flow, your delivery, everything sounds like as you are in the studio. You still working, even though you ain't put it out for the masses just yet. You still in there. You cooking up a lot of stuff. So, what's up with that? Like. What's the deal? Like, are we gonna be hearing some more?
I mean,
because you're gonna hear it here from us. Hell yeah, you ain't getting those tracks back, goddammit.
Too late now. Can't back out. Once
you
you in, there ain't no way out.
Emailed everybody else.
That's it.
Nah, I mean, like, what I would say, you know, I would say you gotta live your truth. So I would say living my truth is recording and making music is something that if you do it and you love just that, just, you know, trying to make something, create something, that's probably something I'll never stop doing.
Okay.
And I don't think any artist, whether you're a painter or a poet or a musician or a MC, I don't think you ever truly leave or don't do it.
Right.
So it's something I'll always do in terms of, am I doing it in the hopes of this or or for the, you know, or for I would say at this point not so much. I'm definitely recording stuff that will be out in the foreseeable future, which is cool. But I think I'm just doing it more so for those people that, you know, ask me if this is what I'm going to be doing, and not so much anything else. So I just do it for the fact of loving being able to do it.
I was just about to ask you, do you find yourself in a place where a lot of artists that have had success don't necessarily get a chance to say that they are back to doing it for the love, just pure, genuine love?
I think it's hard. Like, I think it's very hard when you are doing something and you don't even know why you do it. You just do it because it's you. And I think it's very hard when that collides with, okay, this thing you do, it can make a shitload of money, and it can bring you commercials, and it will allow you to cross over to, you know, you could be a character in a Marvel movie down the, but, you know, like, because when you first come into it, you don't look at it in those terms. There may be those people that do, you know, but I think everyone that comes into it, that does it, you do it because it's a part of who you are. It's no different than you know, extending your arm.
It's your DNA.
It's in your DNA, and it's in your spirit, and it's in your soul, it's in your heart, it's in your body, it's in your mind. It's what you do. So to hold on to that love, I think there's people that may have figured out how to do that, and I think there's people that may have a tough time with figuring out how to do that. But I do believe every artist goes through that whole thing of, okay, it's not fun and love at this point. Now it's like occupation. And how do I bridge the gap between occupation and
love
and this dream that I was, you know, aiming for? Because dreams aren't ever viewed as occupation. They're like, this is my aspiration. So I think every artist comes to a point where they have to figure out that marriage of aspiration and occupation. And if you can do that, that's amazing.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. You keep on doing your passion and making the music, and you let Respect the DJ with DJ Swift exclusively put it out to everybody, and we'll handle the occupation aspect.
So look, while you over there debating about shit, just keep feeding us
man, you got some fire right there. I got Quest that can put it out. I can put it out. We got a stream of DJs. We got media stations over here. Don't worry about it.
Nah,
we got you.
And I appreciate that. What I will say is I definitely I'm more so at a point now where I'm like, okay, yeah, occupation and aspiration, got it. That's cool.
Okay.
So let's go do this. So, yeah, I would say keep your ears open, keep your eyes open.
So by saying that, also, I would like, because it's getting to the time that everybody hates, which is almost the end of the show.
Oh man.
So before we have to rush into anything, I would like you to be able to let the people know where they can find you or at least be able to follow you, via IG or whatever, just so they can get the information of when you're getting ready to put stuff out, or if whatever Mike Geronimo is doing in the foreseen future.
Yeah, you can catch me on Instagram, which some of you
definitely live
are seeing. So I'm on Instagram, Twitter, there's the Mike Geronimo website. You could go to that.
Let's tell them
www.mikegeronimo.com.
IG.
Facebook. I said IG.
What is it?
It's Mike Geronimo. And on
at Mike Geronimo.
Right, at Mike. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
At Mike Geronimo.
I got you, bro. I told you, this social media, you're going to be nasty by the end of the night.
Tutorial.
You're right there, live.
So you can't really hold, things against me.
You can tell people
this
to come back, watch the show, and let you know what you got to say next time. Because this is his tutorial.
Yeah.
Y'all going to perfect him by watching our show.
Right.
And y'all can get back
and
to it.
I can keep bringing records, too. And then it's at Mike Geronimo on IG.
There we go.
And on Twitter, it is at Real Mike Geronimo.
Okay.
And on Facebook, it's Mike Geronimo.
Okay.
So any of those outlets, you'll be able to find out what's going on.
That's what I'm talking about. DJ Quest, what's going on, my brother?
What up?
As always, you killed today's show. Let the people know what's going on. You got anything going on this weekend? I believe.
Yeah, we got the Queen's Finest Strictly Old School No Trap Music Party going on Saturday.
Say it like you mean it, man. Say it with your chest one more time.
You already know what's going down this Saturday. It's the Queen's Finest Strictly Old School No Trap Music. Your boy right here live on the 1 and 2s.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shout out to Brooklyn's Finest, DJ Rob Lowe. My brother Blanquito be having the building. Yo, it's a good environment, fun night, dope music, dope people, no bullshit.
That's the spot we was talking about earlier?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I might...
And Mike just said he might be popping up
Fred
too.
Might be
his
able
manager,
to,
you know what I'm saying?
His manager,
So,
Fred.
Right, Fred.
Make sure you come
AKA
through.
Ruben Kincaid might get
Right.
me to come out.
Thank you.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
may be able to get me to
And
come
this
out.
Sunday, catch me a Fat Buddha. Shout out to DJ Jedi.
No. I don't know if you. Apparently, you haven't heard. There was a fire at the building. So right now, Fat Buddha is closed down for renovations. Not because no fire in Fat Buddha. It was the firemen putting out the fire, all the water, the leak down. So they already started renovations. Follow them on their IG page. Shout out to all the fellas.
Fat Buddha was
Yeah.
sorry to hear about
No,
that,
but they're
man.
getting ready to do bigger and better things. Shout out to the insurance money that's gonna have the
Word.
DJ booth popping. I already know the fellas gonna have the DJ booth lit. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we looking forward to that. As for us here at Respect the DJ, we want to extend a big thank you to Mike Geronimo for stopping through and hanging out with us and chopping it up with us, my brother. Thank you, man.
It's been a pleasure.
Gotta say, cool motherfucker, man. Like, not only on the show, we was talking off air. Really cool dude. You can follow us on IG at Respect the DJ with DJ Swift. We are rocking and popping, always showing support to that DJ culture. Want to let y'all know, April 13th, all my DJs, April 13th, go hit Rockin' Soul, man. Yo, Crate Digging Day is record day. Yeah, Rockin' Soul still
Rockin'
popping.
Soul, Rockin' Soul.
Rockin' Soul still
moved,
popping.
they
They moved to
moved.
another location.
They did.
I'm gonna keep you posted.
Shout out to Rockin'. Good for you, Rockin'.
Yo,
Soul. Yeah.
rocking over
What?
25 years, bro. Like over 20 plus
Yo,
years.
they
for
just
sure.
started selling that mini turntable today, by the way.
Yeah, again?
Today, it was on sale.
Oh, man.
RD3, whatever it is.
Yeah, we gonna
Belt drive.
Y'all gonna get a lot of information from us. I'm gonna try to get myself up there before the 13th to talk to them about Record Day.
Yo,
they got real talk. They got a dope lineup of records for everybody.
Rockin' Soul is legendary. Like,
Yeah, no, they got the
Rockin' Soul
dopeness.
is like, if you had to go there as a DJ, you just had to.
Definitely.
Had to.
Say Quest.
I was about to say R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man.
Yes, definitely.
Big R.I.P. to
Rest in
Nip.
peace.
Yeah, I wanted to say it earlier, but then I was like, yo, we was such a good vibes. I wanted to keep the vibes up. But definitely R.I.P. to Nip.
Can I just express
real quick, yes, because we about to
'cause
cut
I
off.
just kind of feel very quickly. My hope is that we get to a point where these things are not commonplace. My hope is that we get to a point where more young brothers get the shot that he got to be able to change the direction and dynamics of his life, so that unfortunately when he did leave, he was what he was. And he became something that any young black man, any young brown man can aspire to be.
Yep.
And it is a goddamn shame to have lost that amount of talent and ambition and benevolence in one shot.